There we go. What's up, guys? Officially, it's the Funnel Team Training. It's Monday the 14th. We got an incredible live for you guys today. We're doing it a little bit different today. We got special guests up in here. Drop what city, state, country you guys are tuning in from. I already see people from out of states, so that is awesome and good to see. As you guys can see on your screen there, again, please do me a favor, guys. Keep your mics muted. We got a lot of information to go over with you guys, including a cash contest. And also, by the way, we're going to make it easier for you guys to rank up and easier for you guys to make money right now in 2025. If you guys are okay with that, if you guys are okay with making money, more money in 2025, comment money down in the chat below. Let me know. Just comment all caps money. Show me the money. So first and foremost, let me go around the room real quick. We got my man Bill jumping on board with us. Bill has been with the Funnel Team literally since the beginning, and also a very special guest who I'll introduce to you guys here in just a minute. The co-founder, one of the co-founders of My Econ. You can see it right in his background. There's Mr. Ivy Stokes. Super excited to have him on board. Ivy, thank you so much for taking time out of your very busy day to be here with us. And more on him in just a second, guys. But you guys should be fired up and excited because it's not often that we have folks from corporate and especially founders of companies here with you guys, someone who has been in the industry for a very long time. So first and foremost, guys, before we get going, before we dive into anything specifically, I want to do a shout out. As you guys know, we like to shout out people that are making sales on our team, people that are rocking it and crushing it. And so I kind of want to do a two-part shout out here. And I may share my screen here in just a second. Let me see what's going on here. Okay, cool. Let me just see here. Give me 1 second, guys. I will end up sharing my screen here in just a second. Okay. So first and foremost, guys, I want to give a super huge shout out, and I don't believe that she's on live with us right now. I want to give a super huge shout out to Shannon Carlson because she's been with the Funnel Team for a very long time, and she just ranked up, guys, to the rank of Infinity. And if you guys don't know what that is in My Econ, that is one of the top ranks. It opens up the entire compensation plan. She can now literally earn down through infinity, whether she has, 100 people on her team or 100,000 people on her team. She just ranked up to the level of infinity. So give her some love down in the chats, down in the comments. And again, I don't know if she's on live with us now, but I know she will be watching this replay 1000%. So that is, and Ivy and Bill will tell you guys, making infinity is no short feat. It takes effort, it takes dedication, it takes consistency, it takes a lot of things. So to see her rank up with all that hard work, it's just absolutely awesome. Now, the other thing I want to throw out there too is I want all of us, every single one of us, to extend some thoughts, prayers, good vibes, well wishes, positive energy right now. Do me a favor, just comment the word energy down in the chat. Shannon was in a pretty bad car accident over the weekend, which is one of the reasons why she cannot be here with us today. She was broadsided. I was talking to her husband last night. She's home now, which is good. But she got banged up pretty good, had a concussion. So our thoughts and prayers go out to her. So, hopefully it's not a little bittersweet that she just ranked up and got in a car accident at literally over the same period. But thoughts, positive energy, guys, out to her family, wishing her a very speedy recovery, guys. So shout out to her. So hopefully, Shannon, when you watch this, we're with you. Wish you nothing but positive luck and energy and Godspeed in recovery and congratulations on ranking up. So, okay. That being said, now, what I want to do, guys, is I want to kick it over to first Ivy. I want to introduce you to everybody here because I don't think anyone's seen you with us live in our group here. So super excited to have you. Thank you for taking time out of your day, your busy day running My Econ. And guys, Ivy has years, decades and decades in networking experience, building huge, massive teams, running companies, and he's just. So you guys know, Ivy is such an incredible asset for our team, when we're working on things like going global and doing things to really benefit you, to help you guys make more money and have the best system, and things possible. We work with Ivy on a very consistent basis to get you guys everything you guys need to get out there and win and crush it. So Ivy, thank you for being here. If you want to give yourself, a quick introduction, let everybody know who you are and what has you fired up and excited right now for 2025.
All right. Well, great. First of all, just like to say good morning to everybody. How's everybody doing? Hope everybody's having a great day out there. It's my pleasure to be here. Appreciate Bill and Dan inviting me on this morning, and so it's great getting to meet all of you. See one of my buddies out there, Mark. Glad to have him on this morning. We talk on a regular basis, so I'm just glad to be here. We've got some exciting things to share. We just improved a lot of things in our company. And so I'll be back on in a few minutes. We'll talk about that. And then we'll do some questions, answers, comments, all that good stuff. Whatever makes you happy makes me happy.
There you go. Bill, why don't you just kind of give yourself a quick introduction as well? Like, I know we got a lot of people on this morning, so just say hey, let everybody know. Same thing, what has you fired up and excited right now? I know you and I have been talking a lot over the last couple of days, especially with this promotion and what we're going to be talking about today. So why don't you just let everybody know where you're at?
Well, the team knows me. Real quick, it's about our guest today, Ivy Stokes. Just to give you a quick little, true statement. Ivy and I go back to 2018 when I joined my econ. Literally within 2 weeks, he met me in Queens. He's from Georgia, so he met me in Queens, New York. We had breakfast, we talked, we chatted. We've evolved, but Ivy is the real reason that the funnel team's here. As some of us know the past, we've had some other fulfillment partners, and after some, what do you want to call them, Dan, challenges or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
me and Ivy had one of our heart to hearts, and he when it comes to integrity and being ethical and honest, he has our backs. I like when he explains it. He's going to go over it later. We have the best product. He explains it better than anybody. The best product, the best compensation plan. We are global now, and having him on our side, we really can, create dynasties for ourselves and our families. So I won't get into all the details, but he's helped us so much behind the scenes. He listens, he cares, and in this industry, I've been in it for a long time. No one talks about that. They always talk about the money. They always talk about this. You need integrity from the top. I
Mm-hmm.
know it better than anyone, and so do you, Dan. But
Yep.
thanks, everyone. Welcome, and I'm looking forward to this presentation.
Yeah, to what you're saying, Bill. Like, how many times you see people posting all over Facebook? Oh, we're in pre-launch, get in now, and it's like, I mean, there's a new pre-launch every 30 days, and it's like, why not be part of something that's been around for 20 years that's rock solid? You know what I mean? Like have some integrity, have some commitment to yourself and your future, and versus gambling on something that might be gone in in 30 days. So anyway, two big things that Ivy, I want you to talk about. I want you to shout from the rooftops with what we got going on right now. Is number one, guys. This is really important. So whatever you guys are doing, as you guys know, whenever we do these, especially on a special day like today, get ready to take some notes. Get ready to get really laser focused. And I know it's a Monday morning. Some of you guys are either at work or you're driving or got other stuff going on right now. Two things I want to really highlight for you guys. Number one, there's an incredible cash promotion going on that you guys need to pay attention to. So for you guys can earn more money. You guys want to earn more money? Again, comment money in the chat. We're going to show that to you, how long it's going to last, how much money you can make, all of those things. And number two is, and this is what I love about what Ivy does and what my econ does. They just made it even easier for you guys to make even more money. So in uncertain times like now, where you have companies like Modere and whatever that are closing their doors after 23 years, you have my econ, which is the complete opposite, which is rock solid, debt free company, which is giving you the opportunity to have your biggest and best year ever, giving you even more money when, other companies are closing down because they can't make it. So, Ivy, if you would, blast through those things and talk about, shout it from the rooftops what my econ is doing right now and how people can rank up faster and they can make even more money right now in 2025.
All right. Well, yes, absolutely. I tell you, I'm very excited because we have anytime you're in a company, you always, you've got different people at different levels, you got different mindsets, all kinds of things. But the thing that I've always loved is I like the team concept, I enjoy that. And and the more people you have on the team that's winning, the better the team, the stronger the team, the more success you're going to have. So we worked really hard over the I've been thinking about it for maybe and praying about it for maybe, I don't know, 8, 9 months, a year. I just wanted to lower our guidelines during the pandemic. It was unreal because my econ just exploded because I guess everybody was home. We have so many people doing social media marketing till they just signed up. So the guidelines went up, the pay went up, all that happened. But one of the things that I wanted to do is that now people are back out, the traditional networker, the person that picks up the phone and calls somebody, they're starting to have great success again. And so we lowered our promotion guidelines. We took gold remained what it was because it was only 2 people. So we have that in there so a person can feel some success right away. Platinum, we lowered that down to you need 10. And Dan, if you'll give me if
You
you'll
should
let
have
me.
access. You should be able to share.
All right, perfect. I got a little PowerPoint here that'll help me out a little bit.
Yep. Yeah, perfect.
All right, so I won't do all of these, but I'll just do 2 or 3 of these pages. So, because we've got the replay from last night, but what Celebration 20.5 is that's my little weird name, is that, we've been around for 20 years. We've been very blessed over the past 20 years, and I'm thankful that the good Lord has blessed us with that. But at the same time, I don't want to dwell on what happened over the last 20 years. I want to talk about what we can do going forward. So we call it 20.5. Because we want to do more in the next 5 years than we did in the last 20 years. And I think that's very realistic, if not conservative. We can probably do more than that, but so that's the whole idea there. So in terms of our rank, we want people to get ranked up. We want to be about speed because that is something that the internet and social media has brought to networking is everything's about speed now. Okay. So 2 people, you're a goal. At goal, you actually get to start making overrides. But one of the strong points of my econ, it doesn't matter whether you're an EVP or platinum or any rank, you get the same amount of money as a CEO when you make a personal sale. So so everybody's even from day one, and I enjoy that. Platinum, 2 personally enrolled active members, 10 team members total, counting no more than 3 from a leg. So, a person can get there, very quickly. Infinity, EVP Infinity, 2 personally enrolled active members, 38 active team members, and 10, counting no more than 10 from any direct leg. Once again, very attainable. So, and that's a high income position. That's really a 6-figure. The percentages make it so 6 figures become very realistic because you're getting $8 per month residual income on the financial success membership, and on the big package, the elite, well, you're getting I think it's $11.20 monthly residual. So that's a great place to be. And then finally, CEO Infinity, we lowered it down from 300 to 200 active members, counting no more than 50 from a direct leg. Takes a little more work, but the good part is once you get to infinity, you can afford to just sit there and work on going to CEO over a period of time. And so that's how I rank up to bank up, because literally every time you rank up in my econ, you actually get more pay. Even if you have the same volume, you get more pay because your percentages go up. So, as an example, if somebody's a platinum, they're getting $3 per month residual income, or $4.20, depending on which package they got. But once they get to infinity, that doubles, so more than doubles. So that's very important. So then we also created a bonus. And once again, in this bonus, we wanted everybody to win. We want everybody to have the opportunity to win. Okay. And so you get your regular my econ commission. So you got the whatever, that's stayed the same. But now you get an additional $7.50 bonus if you personally recruit somebody and they make their first payment. Okay. And that's on every single sale from the very first sale. So what that does, it gives the person that's just getting started or maybe been around for a little while and restarting, it gives them the same opportunity as someone that, has a big downline and they're just, so I think that's very important to do that because so often you see compensation plans where it's all tailored to someone that's really big. And what I call that is, to me, that's just ridiculous. It's kind of like pro sports. You make these superheroes and then, they just do crazy stuff because, they can't handle the success. So now the bonuses have for the new members to qualify. When you bring a new member in, for it to count as a bonus for you, it's got to happen between 4/11/2025, which was this past Saturday, and 10/3/2025. And our goal is to have a super successful promotion, and then with that big promotion, we can maintain these same numbers or something that's very close to them. And so you have unlimited bonuses, unlimited upfront commissions, overrides, and DTR. So I think that's important. But if I also just like to take just a couple minutes here and just talk about our payout percentages, because I think that's important. Okay. You hear companies, you hear people talk about 100%, 90%, 80%, all these percentages. Well, in my econ, we actually pay out over 100% the very first month. Now, we're able to do that, especially on our in-house products, because we know we're going to have many of our members are going to stay around for many months. And so we get that money back. So we basically have 4 memberships. The Financial Success Membership, okay? And we're going to start with the Financial Success Membership P, FSMP. That's the $44.95 membership, but when somebody chooses to sell it for a discount, okay? So they sell it for $24.95, they get $15 up front. Then there's another opportunity for a $7.50 bonus. Well, that's $22.50. That's 90% payout. Now that's personal payout. So if you're paying 90% to the person that did the work, and then you got overrides on top of that, then obviously it's over 100% total payout. So we're talking 90% personal payout. Okay. So that's a big deal. We actually start to make money the third month that a person is in my econ. Okay. So then we go to the Financial Success Membership. That's the $44.95 and then $40.95 a month. Okay, so that's $35 upfront commission plus the $7.50 bonus, $42.50. That's 94.5%, plus overrides, plus residual. Then, of course, we've got the Elite Business Membership, $70 upfront, okay, $7.50 bonus, and so that's $77.50. So that's 77.5% plus overrides and DTR. And the reason that one is a little smaller because that's a third-party product. We actually have to pay another vendor for that product, whereas the first 2 memberships, that's all in-house stuff, okay? And then the final is, of course, the global product. The International Travel Membership is the ZTM. It's $35. It's a $44.90. That's $35 upfront commission, $7.50 bonus. That's $42.50. So that's 70.8%. And once again, that one's lower because it's an outside vendor and you have much higher international merchant fees. So when you look at those percentages, I think it's fair to say for sure that we've got the highest payout in the industry. And the way that, and it's a real thing with us because you don't see a bunch of people running around my econ's corporate office that's not doing anything. We don't have a bunch of suits, right? everybody that's at corporate, they're doing some real work. Plus, we're digital. 90% of everything's digital. We've had the same CEO for 20 years, a great friend of mine, Larry Gates. And so everything is digital. And every time we make a change, we try to keep it within the same concept so we keep our costs down. So this is something we've been working on for many years, and it's just given us an advantage over time. I also think we've got the number one product in the industry. I don't think it's even close. I mean, if somebody buys travel, they can save some money. That's a great product. If somebody buys identity theft, they can protect their identity. That's great. If you buy nutrition, well, your health is very valuable. Those are great products. But our number one product actually generates cash flow. And nobody else in the industry has that. I mean, if you lower your taxes with our app, you're putting cash in your pocket. If somebody's out there and they got poor credit and they improve their credit, they're able to refinance high interest debt to low interest debt and then pay that debt off. That's real cash. And so I think that the income shifting membership, that's the number one product in networking by far, because we all get in network and generate more cash flow. And there are actually people in my econ that's millionaires today. They've been around for a long time, but they're millionaires, and they've never made more than $2,000 or $3,000 in a year from actually recruiting people. They made most of their money from income shifting. So that is a fantastic product. And then, of course, the last thing is, I say this all the time when I'm talking to new prospects about the business. It's always the third thing that I say.
Hey, Ivor, real quick.
The bill, okay? Because hey, if you're getting tax write-offs, literally, if you got $4,000 in tax write-offs for being a business owner, and that's easy to do. Your cell phone, your internet access, a little mileage, whatever. Now all of a sudden, $4,000 in tax write-off, even if you're in the 25% tax bracket, and most people are, that's going to save you $1,000. Well, the business is only about $500 a year. So you're actually getting a positive cash flow even before you consider commissions or the strategies or anything else. And so literally, for 99% of people in my econ, there's no net cost to the business. And I just think when you're a networker, that's important because, I started as a networker at 21 years old, struggled for a lot of years, then had a lot of success. And so I tried to think like a networker, be a networker, and I still do it today. We've got a great CEO, Larry Gates, and I try not to go to corporate very often. I work out of my house, so I enjoy that freedom. So that's what we're doing. And it's my pleasure to be here this morning. I'm going to kick it back over to Dan, and then we can do questions, answers, and I'm going to be here for a while and just join in and hang out this morning.
All right, appreciate that, Ivy. Thank you so much. I don't know about you guys. Like, are you guys fired up for, making more money in 2025? We told you guys from the get, like, this is how you make and save more in 2025. I mean, you guys got, the best products and services, the best compensation plan to do that. So real quick, Ivy, you had just mentioned income shifting. For those of you guys that have done the income shifting, do me a favor, just drop how much you guys added to your monthly paycheck in there. I know we got a lot of people on here. So, Beth, $570 in addition to her bank account every single month. Someone $420 in additional income every single month. So those of you guys, Shannon, $510 extra every single month because of the income shifting. You guys are seeing the black and white data right there, which is absolutely awesome. So really quick, guys, speaking of Shannon, we shouted her out at the very, very beginning. Shannon, are you able to unmute your mic and just kind of come out here and just say hello? We just want to, again, give you a super, super huge shout out for hitting infinity, and also obviously wish you a super fast, speedy recovery after your accident this weekend. So again, congratulations if you're able to pop out here and just kind of say a few words if you're available.
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, there you are.
Great,
Okay, awesome.
Excellent.
Well, first off, it's awesome to hear your voice. It's awesome to hear your voice and know that you're home and safe and everything's good. So, everything okay with you and the fam? All good there?
Yeah, yeah, everything's good. Thank you.
Okay, awesome, awesome, good to hear. Well, congratulations, you hit infinity, one of the top ranks in the company. We just wanted to officially give you a shout out and hear from you and how is this going to help you and your motivation and your excitement level as you kind of turn the corner here in 2025 as you look out to the rest of the year, and what does this mean for you?
Well, it's like a renewed energy. I'm fired up to
Nice.
keep going.
Nice.
Awesome,
Nice,
awesome,
nice.
awesome,
Congratulations.
awesome. Ivy, anything for Shannon?
Well, hey, I was noticing that she did the first strategy on income shifting, picked up an extra 500,
Hmm.
and now she's going from $3 residual to $8 residual. So it seems like she should be taking us all to lunch very quickly.
It's good to me.
Yeah,
Okay,
right.
we all got to fly out to Chicago, but I hear they have some pretty good deep dish, so we'll see.
Absolutely, might be worth it,
There you go.
man.
Well, Shannon, listen, I won't take up a lot of your time. We just wanted to have you out here and just say congratulations, speedy recovery. And I don't know if you guys heard what Ivy just said. She literally more than doubled her residual income by ranking up to EVP Infinity, which is absolutely awesome. So, Shannon, again, congratulations. Appreciate you being here and taking time. I know obviously you've had a weekend, so we thank you for being here and congrats.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. All right. So, guys, straight up, man, this is, an incredible time, incredible opportunity for you guys to really put the pedal down and kind of think about where we are as, the niche in the industry that we're in. We're making money online. There's other companies out there that are closing because they can't keep up. They can't pay their employees. There's catches, there's gotchas. And then you have companies like MyEcon that are allowing you to rank up even easier to get to those higher ranks, to get bigger residuals, and pay you even more money to do so. And then do something crazy like do this for 6 full months. Now, normally companies, and Bill, you and I have been in companies before where there's a 1 week promo or a 2 week promo. 30 is a stretch, but to see something like 6 months, Bill, real quick, just kind of maybe compare that to some promos that we've been part of in the past with other companies where, this literally just trumps everything that we've seen before.
The quick thought is we're always in a rush when we have a
Yeah.
contest.
Yep.
And now, we still want to sprint, but now, you don't have to worry about expiration. And you could I just look at it like this is rounded up. It's about an average of 100% commission if you round it up. No one's doing this. As Ivy said, and I did read between the lines, I heard Ivy say it. I was on last night's corporate call, heard it today. If you read between the lines, if we do this right, this sounds like it could be permanent. I have no inside information, but I'm hearing things. I listen. So with that said, I mean, let's just knock it out of the park. And everyone does better. Doesn't matter, you know, I don't even like using terms, the little guy, the big guy, that kind of thing. The bottom line is everyone does well here because the little guy's going to make more money in their pocket. Let's just call it that. Just getting starting guy. The newbie's going to make more money in their pocket. But even the people that have been around for a long time, because we're going to double, triple, quadruple the sales. And that's when we all win. We all win as a team. And that's what this is about. So yeah, I'm really pumped. Really pumped. I'm pumped. This is good. This is all we've been waiting for. Global, and now we have the best pay plan, the best products, and the income shifting. We all been sleeping on that a little bit. That
Hmm.
is the more I'm hearing that Dan and Ivy is that there's more people on our team with jobs than not jobs. Not everyone's an entrepreneur
Yeah.
right out of the gate. So let's go help people. You know,
Yep.
yeah, pumped.
I want to do something real quick. I was just doing some quick math. Let me see if I can pull this up here. I'm going to pull up the dry erase board and Bill Ivy, just give me a thumbs up if you guys can see the dry erase board I got right here. Okay, awesome. So with this cash contest here, check this out, guys. Okay, so here's a 6 month cash contest, right? And we're gonna do this for Let me just move some of the stuff out of the way here. 6 month cash contest, right? I'm just going to do some basic numbers, and some of these numbers might seem a little big, right? Because, um, but I also want you to think of this over the course of 6 months. And the reason why I'm using these numbers is I want to paint a picture for you guys, but not. Remember, like we said last week, I don't want you to just think. Anytime there's a cash contest, we think like, what's in it for us? How much money can I make? How much more money can I put in my bank account? Can I pay off my bills and my debt? But I want you guys to think beyond yourself. Think above yourself and think beyond like what you can do. And I want you to think about like what would happen if you attracted another leader, if you attracted someone, because I mean, cash contest, global, so many awesome things we have going our way right now. So over the next 6 months, if you just brought in an extra 25 people, okay, that's $187.50. Okay. Cool. Extra 100. Yeah, that's free money, guys. Literally free money, right? So you guys bring in 100 members over the next 6 months. That's an extra $750 in extra money, guys. Okay. $750 in extra cash. Free money. We all like free money. You do 250 sales over the course of, the next 6 months. And I guarantee you there's going to be people on our team that do this, that go after this, right? That's an extra almost $1,900 in free money that you guys are going to get because of this. Now, let's say you bring in a leader, or maybe you guys go crazy. You bring in 500 people over the next 6 months. That's an extra almost $4,000. $4,000, guys, in free money. Okay, so just to kind of give you guys a visual, just to give you guys some like examples of what's possible with this cash contest, right? So imagine, again, you think beyond yourself and you guys bring in a leader from another country, and, this is their potential. This is your potential. And what's crazy is as they bring in these 500, 250, 100 members, you're also going to get a bonus on top of every single transaction that comes in the day that they join and every single month when they renew. So I just kind of wanted to give you guys just a little bit of a visual so you guys can see it for yourself, like what the potential is and what could possibly happen if you guys really, really go after this. Okay. So again, this is just free money on top of your existing paychecks, guys. So check it out, man. It's just awesome stuff there, guys. Awesome, awesome, awesome stuff there, guys. So not only do we have a pay plan that is already awesome, it just got even better. And, like Bill said, this maybe potentially could become permanent. We'll see how the next 6 months goes. But I've never seen a contest this long, a promotion this long. And it's because, the way I look at it is, and, Ivy can back me up on this one or correct me, but my econ's been in the industry for 20 plus years now. This is a celebration. This is celebrating the fact that they have longevity, they have depth, they have consistency in the industry. So they didn't want to do something small. They wanted to do something big that would allow you guys to make the most amount of money possible. Do I have that pretty close, Ivy?
Yeah, absolutely. And another thing we wanted to do, we have these, you have promotions, and, I've always been a person that I take care of my money, I don't, some people, they just love to spend it, and that's wonderful, and hey, I'll look at what they spend it on, but I've always been a person that try to take care of our money. And so, we started talking about 20 years. That's a great milestone. We've had a lot of success, and then we get a lot of people say, let's go have a big celebration, in-person celebration. And I just cringe when I think about that. I'm like, I'm going to give Marriott $250,000 and Delta Airlines. And I'm like, wow, it just doesn't work for me. I just cringe, And so I said, well, if I'm going to spend some money and invest some money, at least let it be with the MyEcon members.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why we did the bonus, and that's why we got the extra money. And every time I've done anything like that over the years, it's always come back multiple times, because even if you look at the numbers that Dan just shared with us, What if your team grows by 500 members, the entire team, not just you, the entire team? And let's just say that you get an extra $5 monthly residual income on your team, your whole team. See, that's where networking is really powerful, is building a team with residual. So this is what we're showing here is just six is if you recruit X number of people, which is good. Okay. But what if you're kind of more like me and you say, well, I'm just going to build a team with 500 members on it. And so now I'm a CEO Infinity. And, the maximum there is $11.30 a month. But what if I just make $10 a month? Well, that's $5,000 a month. That's a $60,000 a year pay raise, which just blows away anything that you can do individually. Networking is about leverage, and it's about team, and it's about multiplication, not addition. And so when you start to know that and share that, that's why it's so important to talk about the government pays the bill or there's no net cost, because now you can start getting people who might not get into networking because they say, well, I'm not really into recruiting. I'm not really into that. But the income shifting gets them in. And now you can build a team and your residual explodes. And that's what has made my econ is we have many members, many thousands of members that's been around for 20 years. Because they're not great recruiters. They recruit 2, 3, 4 people a year. But some of them have thousands of people on their team. Some got 200, 300 on their team. Some got 50, but they're great income shifters. So that means that we get residual income every single month at my econ. We keep our costs low, so we've got a competitive edge, because, I've been in networking since I was 21 years old, full time. I've never worked a job other than, networking, and so when you start to think about the residual income of what happens, and everybody that I know that's in networking that's super successful, they got a big residual. You're going to always have the superstars that's going to recruit 50, 100, or 200, and we're going to give them their just due. We're going to, encourage them and celebrate them. But that person that builds a team of 300 people, 500 people, that's just good income shifters, and everybody's taking care of their money, that's the real moneymaker. And it's not even close. No one person can outperform 500.
Nope. And I think that's what, that's what we need to think about too. And we've talked about this a lot of times over, the last several weeks or even months here on the team when we do the live trainings, is sometimes, we always think about, what we can do as individuals. We talk about short form videos and long form videos and getting out there on YouTube and, getting our own sales and your own personal sales are great. It's awesome. We love our own sales because, you got to put food on the table. You got to pay the bills. But when you think beyond yourself and you think big picture, how can you plug people into a team and a community and support a bigger team and grow that residual and grow that long-term, that's ultimately why we're all here. 3 beautiful words: passive residual income. And it's something that, in today, and the way I see it, and Bill, I know you have a lot of thoughts on this too. Like, passive residual income is something that doesn't get talked about enough. It's something that most digital online marketers don't think about. Everyone wants that initial quick sale. And that's why you see a lot of people selling courses, right? People buy a course to sell a course so they can make a quick $500, $900. But like, that's not sustainable long term, because, you're just making a quick buck and then you just opportunity hop and you move from one thing to the next, hoping to create something special, where if you just put your head down and you worked and you had that long-term focus and vision, you can create that, especially with this pay plan and this pay plan right now in 2025 with what we're doing with the extra cash, the income shifting, real, actual, tangible ways to put more money back in your pocket. You can create solid, consistent residual income every single month. So, Bill, I don't know if you want to chime in on that as well. I mean, we have this conversation often.
We do. My motto. And when you say like everyone has to recruit, Everyone does. I mean, that pays, as you know how I say it pays for the peanut butter sandwiches. But I've built my whole career while doing that. Everyone has to start there. But you segue as you put a little percentage into finding that captain, that leader. And it's by accident. It could be through your team. It could be tap rooting, as Ivy likes to say. The bottom line is that you're in this compensation plan, you're one person away. And it's just being in it. So when you get there, your team can grow overnight like that. And that, that's how I build my business. In the beginning, I mean, I still personally recruit, but put a large, a good portion of my time into looking for leaders, and they'll come just by them seeing you be serious. If you're out there, Dan mentioned the courses and stuff like that, they're just going to get the same, joiners and quitters, joiners and quitters, joiners and quitters. And if you see here already, just on this presentation, we're doing something different here. And like I said, you're one person away while you're paying for the peanut butter sandwiches, and they're out there, especially now. I mean, the market's a mess, but it really isn't. The same kind of people constantly say the industry's dead. I've been hearing it for decades. Multi-level marketing will never be dead. The structures change, and I'm not talking about go to two-tier like all that garbage. I'm saying that everything is multiple levels in this world. The difference here is that some companies have not moved in the right directions with the times.
Mm-hmm.
If you've any seen some of my trainings, some of my YouTubes and stuff like that, I always tell people, I'm just going to be blunt. Shipping products is done. I mean, how can my econ pay us what they pay us if they got to worry about shipping and stuff not reaching where it needs to go? We're digital. We're 100% debt free. All these other companies, they're taking investments from investors. I can go on and on about this, and that's why they're failing. That's why they're failing, and they pretend that they love their reps, and then all of a sudden they close the doors like that, and they say, "Oh, we didn't know." No, you just have you have the wrong program, the wrong plan, and that's why we're moving this direction. I love services. Um, all my videos are based on the MLM and affiliate marketing. All the old systems are done. If you're shipping products, they're done. The one thing you need is global, and now we have that. It was the only missing piece, and now we get paid the most because we are digital. So
Some
yeah, one
something to
person
think
away.
about, Bill, real quick. I'll let you finish up in a second. Just think about this, like a previous company that we were in, and this is one of the reasons why we made the shift over to my econ. You had a $2,500 product, right? 2,500 bucks. That's a good chunk of change. And you got a $400 commission. That's a 16% commission. 16%. So like where's the rest of that money go? Where you look at something like my econ, and yeah, although the dollar amounts are lower, but look at the percentages. The very first time someone joins, if someone joins for $100, the company pays out all of that. The company doesn't even make money until the following month. And then now with this cash promotion, someone's going to join for $100. You're going to earn a $70 commission, then another $7.50 when they renew, and they're paying five other people on top of what you just made. Like it's crazy how giving this company is, and this opportunity is, and this moment is for you guys, like especially when you realize what a lot of other companies do, and what you might think you have something cool until you actually sit back, like we've done, like and done the apples to apples and done the comparison to be like, wow, like we get the same travel membership that we had in the past two companies, and we get like all of this for far less money and much greater value. Like it's really
Yeah.
incredible.
Dan, let me give one more concept that I think it will help everyone, our team, anyone else. Do you ever wake up, Dan? You do the comments. Just say, if you just say yes if this has happened to you. You get up, you're having one of those days. Maybe you haven't made any sales. Maybe you haven't made any sales this week. Whatever. And you're just having one of those days. And what happens when you have one of those days, you're vulnerable. You're not bulletproof. I'm bulletproof, but we know that, but you're not bulletproof. And you get all these junkie, opportunity junkies hitting you, and you're vulnerable. I'm going to tell you what cheers me up every single day. Okay. every day I get up, is that I know that what I said about being one person away, I know that's what drives me. I want everyone to join, but every day I know that I'm one captain away. If so, there are people, I'm going to give one thing. Dan knows the story. In one of my other opportunities in the past, I had someone who joined me, didn't want our systems, didn't want our training, just said hello to me. That was it, and went out and put 1,000 people in a month, 30 days. By the way, I'm working on that person as we speak. 30 days, put 1,000 people in the organization. That can happen to any of you, to you or through you, meaning it could be one of your people too. You become an instant success. You're an instant superstar, and you might have not have done well all the way up until that point. That's your real opportunity. That's my opportunity. That's why I'm here. Last but not least, I treat it like Planet Fitness. I want 10,000 members, subscriptions. I tell Ivy that every time we speak before we say goodbye. I say I'm getting 10,000, and he'll vouch for that. Thanks, guys.
Thank you. All right, guys. So, um, let's take a few minutes if you guys want. We're going to open it up to if you guys have any questions for Ivy or us, please try to keep them high level. Let us know if you guys have any questions. Ivy, is there anything else you want to cover, or are you good to open it up to questions?
Yeah, we're good to open up for questions. I would just say one thing is that, I really get into income shifting. That's the number one product in the industry. I mean, that will get you great people because everybody out here is feeling the cash flow crunch, even if it's not real in their pocket, it's real in their mind, that everybody feels like I need a little more money. And income shifting is the way for financial stability, financial independence. I mean, hey, if you can, get rid of all, get some extra cash, take that cash, pay off all of your debt, and live a debt-free freedom lifestyle, that's awesome. I mean, that changes everything. And that's what my econ does, Or if you want to take that extra cash when you change your W-4 and invest it. And so either way, you're going to win, and just have a great credit score because, that's the bottom line. It's all about, financial stability, financial success. And there's 150 million Americans that need that because literally what most people are feeling in this country is something that they created because they got poor financial habits. So we want to be, the catalyst to help fix some of that. So yeah, we can do question and answers, testimonials, whatever. We're good.
All right, guys. If you have a question, drop that in the chat. Let us know if you guys have a question for us. Again, please try to keep it as high level as possible. But otherwise, guys, just to recap everything before we wrap up, literally effective right now, you have a 6-month promotion going on from now through the first week in October or October 3rd, I think it is. Just free money, guys. Every single sale that you guys get, doesn't matter what level they come in at, whether it's 25, 45, international, or the 99. You guys get an extra $750 when they renew. And I love the fact that there's literally no cap on this. I've seen this, promotions in the past where it's like, only for the first 100 sales or whatever. And if you go out there and you're a big producer or whatever, you crush it out and it's like, oh, you can only earn so much. Like the bonuses are literally unlimited, which I think is incredible. And, all of you guys, every single one of you guys should have a date written down. If you're just starting out and you're an EVP, what date do you want to hit gold? If you're a gold and you want to get to platinum, what's your date? Write your date down so you guys all have this, on a piece of paper written down in front of you so you guys can see it every single day. And I've talked to several of you guys about this. I can tell you, fact, Shannon literally gave me her date. I think earlier this year, I kind of reached out to her. I said, hey, when do you want to hit infinity? And you know what, guys? And I'm sure she'll tell you this too. Like, she missed her date. Boo hoo. She missed it, but she hit it now. You know what I mean, guys? So like, have a date of when you guys want to hit your next rank, or even if you want to do all the ranks, if you're just starting out and you want to hit gold or platinum or, EVP Infinity, CEO Infinity, like what is that date for you guys? When do you want to hit that? Write that down. You have the best opportunity to do that right now over the next 6 months. Look at that. Yeah, Shannon says it was March 31st. Well, I'll tell you one thing, she didn't miss it by much, which is absolutely awesome. So shout out to her for rocking that out. Okay. So, all right, guys, I don't see any questions in the chat down there. So it looks like you guys are good to go. Awesome stuff. So, Ivy, again, really, really appreciate you for taking time out of your day to hang out here with us. Thank you so much for everything that you do on the back end for us, for our team, for making things like this cash promotion, the rank up, the credit, all of that stuff happen. Not the credit, sorry, the cash promo global obviously was a big, huge thing that we all worked on for several months. You guys made that happen. But yeah, I do got one question here. Robert's asking, is the credit, does that have consulting included? And I don't believe it does, but Ivy, correct me if I'm wrong there.
It doesn't in a formal way, but literally, we have I don't know, 40 or 50 different leaders that will gladly help anybody with their credit if they need some advice on that. And I also do that myself. And customer service is trained to do that. So it's not like we, literally write it in the document, but if somebody's got questions on what they should be doing with credit repair, then absolutely.
Awesome. Good to know. Good to know. I didn't even know that until now. So if you guys do have questions, I'm sure you guys can just call the corporate office and ask them, and they'll point you in the right direction. Good to know.
Absolutely.
All right, guys. Bill, any last words before we wrap up?
I'm good. I'm good. Thanks again, Ivy, for coming. It's well overdue. We'll do these more often, and let's rock it out. I'm pumped. Uh, thanks for everyone showing up, and we'll put this up on YouTube, and we'll put this recording in the group for replays, and let's make it happen. Let's go build a business.
That's it. All right, guys, let's go
Fantastic.
get it. 6 months. Here we go. Starts now. Get out there and crush it.
All right. Great job. It's nice meeting all of you. It was my pleasure and look forward to doing it again.
All right. Take care, guys. Let's go get it.